Walt Disney's Disneyland.
When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are.
Each week as you enter this timeless land, one of these many worlds will open to you. Fantasyland, the happiest kingdom of them all. Tomorrowland, promise of things to come. Adventureland, the wonder world of nature's own realm. Frontierland, tall tales and true from the legendary past. Presenting this week from Frontierland, Davy Crockett, Indian Fighter. And now, Walt Disney.
It's characteristic of American folklore that most of our favorite legends and fables are based on the lives of real men, like Davy Crockett of Tennessee.
Born on the mountaintop in Tennessee, greenest state in the land of the free, raised in the woods so he knew every tree, killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. He went off to Congress and served a spell, fixing up the government and laws as well. Took over Washington, so we heard tell, and patched up the crack in the Liberty Bell. Davy Crockett, seeing his duty clear. He heard of Houston and Austin, and so to the Texas plains he just had to go, where freedom was fighting another foe, and they needed him at the Alamo. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
And now, from Davy's own journal, the first of 3 stories, The Indian Wars.
In 1813, the creeks uprose, adding redskin arrows to the country's woes. Now Injun fighting is something he knows, so he shoulders his rifle and off he goes.
Davy Crockett, all your britches out here.
Hasn't nobody any privacy around you, Georgie Russell? You just hide yourself back around that corner a bit and wait like a decent neighbor for us to say goodbye.
Off through the woods we're a-marching
And another
along.
thing, if you don't stop making up those outlandish songs about Davy, there's no telling what'll happen to the Crockett name.
Trouble is, ma'am, you just don't know what kind of a husband you got.
The trouble is, I do know what kind of a man I have. I don't want you going off to war.
Just between you and me, Mrs. Crockett, I ain't unreasonable happy over it myself. I reckon I'd rather take orders from you and old Hickory Face any day.
Who?
Old Andy Jackson, the general.
Oh, stay, Davy. Stay with the boys and me.
You're a mighty pretty little woman, Mrs. Crockett, but you'd be a terror for looks with your hair all sculpted off. And the boys wouldn't look so good neither. Don't forget the Creeks massacred every man, woman, and child at Fort Mims. You're both genuine, solid pewter Crockett's, clean through. And I'm putting my trust in you. Billy, you take care of your ma.
Yeah, Pa.
Johnny, you mind your ma sharp. She ain't gonna be happy without Amanda, boss.
Yeah, Pa.
Excuse me, Davy, but you keep on wasting time like this, and we ain't never gonna get no fighting done.
If this here's wasting time, I hope I never do a lick of work in my life.
Come on, girl. Come on, Soapy.
Well, better get going.
No.
Howdy, Zeke.
Howdy.
Glad to have you along.
Yeah, me too.
Bye.
Bye, Polly.
Bye, Georgie.
Bye, Pa.
Off through the woods he's a-marching along, making up yarns and a-singing a song, itching for fighting and righting a wrong. He's ringy as a bar and twice as strong. Davy, Davy Crockett, the man who don't know fear. Davy, Davy Crockett, the buckskin buccaneer. Andy Jackson is our general's name. His regular soldiers we'll put to shame. Them redskin varmints us volunteers will tame, 'cause we got the guns with the surefire aim.
Major! Major Norton!
Yes, sir.
Where's that scout I told you to find?
They say the best man is one of the volunteers, name of Crockett.
Well, where is he?
As a matter of fact, General, he's out hunting.
Hunting?
We're short on rations, and he's gone across the river.
Across the river? That's enemy territory. Rations aren't what you're short on, it's brains.
He didn't take a gun, sir.
By the eternal, I want this Crockett fellow and I want him right now. Fetch him.
Across the river?
If that's where he is.
Yes, sir.
Mighty big one, Davy.
Yeah, and real sociable, too. Now's a good time to try out that idea I was telling you about.
Give that old grin everything you got, Davy.
Speak up, man. Where is Crockett? Where is he? What's he doing in there?
Shh.
What's he doing?
Experimenting.
He's trying to grin down a bear.
Grin down a... You backwoods buffoons think the rest of us will believe anything, don't you? Crockett! Crockett, can't you hear me? Come out of there, man! I've got a message!
You sure spoiled things good. Now I gotta do it the old-fashioned way.
Yee-hoo! Give him like fur, Davy!
Do something.
Just what did you have in mind, Major?
Stick with him, Davy!
Now, Major, what was it you wanted to see me about?
General Jackson wants to see you.
Just as soon as we get that bar pulled up. Come on, boys, it's a fair to middling-sized critter. Full belly tonight, boys! Here you want to see me, General?
That's right. Come inside. Now, how'd you kill that brute?
With my knife? I was figuring on grinning him to death, but this here stumble-footed maid of yours come along and busted up my concentrating.
Grin him to death? What in thunderation is that?
Oh, it's something I've been experimenting with. You see, there's nothing so absolutely unresistible as an old-fashioned, good-natured grin. Like this. I started out on coons. I got so good at it one day, an old coon throwed up his hands the minute he seen my teeth. "You got me, Davy," he hollered, and he skinned down that tree and plopped himself in my sack before I knowed what was up. I figured the same thing ought to work on bars, but I never got a chance to find out. The major here come along and busted up my concentrating. I wound up having to wrestle this particular critter into table meat. What would you hankering to see me about, General?
We're on the edge of hostile territory. I want a scouting party to find out what them Redskins is up to. Do you volunteer?
Reckon me and my friend Russ will be glad to get you out of the camp for a spell.
This is a military operation, not a hunting frolic.
Major Norton and a squad of regulars will accompany you.
That wouldn't make the chore no easier, General. Like you say, hunting creeks in their own country ain't no frolic. No place for greenhorns.
You know your woods, Crockett. Just be sure the Major brings back the information I want.
Come on, Major. Some of your boys rode water pretty deep, Major. Better look to their powder.
Reprime your pieces.
From here on, we don't make no more noise than we got to. No talking, no straggling, and everybody keep close up. Right. Better stick closer to us, Major.